Hello and welcome to Not Made. My name is Rachel and today is day 13 of Vlogmas and the Advent Calendar by All from Jade. So we are going to save the Advent reveal for the end of the video, and today's video is mostly going to be about market recap for day one of this Christmas market that I'm participating in. So I have to confess I did not do hardly any filming at the market. Partly I was off my groove because as I was packing up the vehicle, I dropped the canopy directly on top of my bare foot, which was not a very pleasant experience. So yeah, I was just trying to get stuff done with a foot that wasn't feeling super great, and it just looks amazing today, and I will save you the horror of having to look at that. But anyway, so I completely forgot to set up in time lapse when we got there. Plus I was a little bit frazzled because of just having to try to fit in around these people who were trying to set up their booth from like every angle, so they were like in my space. Anyway, it was what it was. We eventually got there. My two little helper elves were there with me and they helped me get stuff set up and put up, and I really appreciate that. But I completely forgot to film any of it, and then I just wasn't in the mindset to do any filming through the rest of the evening. But I will just give you a little bit of a breakdown. Actually, I was able to film my booth setup once it was done, so I'll go ahead and insert that so you can see it. So, do you have anybody that wants to sign? Okay, unfortunately I neglected to get an after video. Again, I was just trying to get out of there as fast as possible because I wanted to get home and go to bed. It was late. The market runs from 5 to 9:30, but I was there at 2 something. I wanted to be there right at 2 when they opened it for people to drop in case there were any early shoppers. However, I got partway down the road and realized I had forgotten my tent weights, so I didn't get there as early as I wanted to. I was probably about 45 minutes past that. We were still set up in plenty of time, and that was great because I actually did make 2 sales before the market actually started at 5:30. So my first sale was at 4:25, and then I made another sale at 4:46, and then I didn't bother keeping track of times after that because I was just curious about if I would make any sales before the market was officially started. So I'm not going to go through every single transaction and things that sold. I will probably do a more thorough breakdown after the market. I just wanted to give a very quick recap for today of what happened with day one. I feel like it was not as busy as what I felt like it was last year, if that makes any sense. The day one for last year, I literally felt like I sold out of so many things. And the only thing that I sold out of yesterday was the Christmas or the Santa frogs. So believe it or not, Santa frogs are going off super well, more so than the little gingerbread men that I have them with. So I made this one. I was going to sit down this morning and try to make a bunch. I'm not going to, but I'm going to take the yarn with me, and if I feel so inclined, I will make some while I sit there this afternoon / evening. I'm going to be by myself today, which is a little nerve-wracking with the whole breakdown process, but it's going to be fine. So if I can, I'll make some more Christmas pickles just because they were not pickles, frogs. Why do I keep doing that? Christmas frogs. I will make some more Santa frogs because they seem to be pretty popular. I am down pretty low on my emotional support pickles. I guess I just always underestimate how well those are going to go. But anyway, I did sell a palm beanie, and I did sell 2 of my twisted headbands. It was 2 or 3. I think it was 2. So I'm really glad that I I took those, you know, because like I mentioned, those are just kind of like bonus. So the other one that I wanted to mention that I sold was the emotional support. Well, it was a dumpster fire, emotional support dumpster fire. It was holding a little sign that said, I'm fine, this is fine, everything is fine. And I've had that for a while. It was a pattern test, and I was super happy that somebody actually bought that. So that's pretty cool. Also, along the same lines, one of the Advent makes from last year's Advent calendar was called a Worry Monster, and that sold as well. So that's pretty cool. I have sold only a couple mystery bags, maybe 3, which last year I feel like the mystery bags were going much faster as well. So I don't know. I'm going to rearrange my booth a little bit today and stack things differently. I think people were just too overwhelmed by the fact that there was stuff spread out too much. Like, I'm going to consolidate a few things into easier to manage maybe locations. So anyway, I'm going to work on that, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, the Worry Monster and you bought a Worry Monster and the Sock Monkey, and that was my last transaction of the day. So overall, I made over $600, and it was split almost evenly, not quite, between cash and card. There was more card than there was cash, but that was good because it seemed, like I said, it seemed a lot slower. So I was a little concerned. My booth fee for being here for 2 days was $180. So, you know, there's that. But it was a good night overall. So besides the smashed foot and all of that, it was a little bit tiring also. I don't know. The vibe is just kind of different last night. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm not gonna worry too much about what I do or don't have. If I can, I might make a few more Santa frogs, because those are going over pretty well. And I did have a casualty. So the little story behind this, you can see how filthy it is. Or can you? Can you see the dirt? There it is. Yeah. So I did not sell this pink penguin. I know for a fact I did sell a couple penguins, maybe, or at least one. I may have missed writing down a couple of transactions, but I know that I didn't sell a pink pickle. It is not a pickle. It's a penguin. Not every word that starts with P is a pickle. And frog doesn't even start with P. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I know I didn't sell a pink penguin. Okay. So it walked out of my booth, and a young lady brought it back to me and said, oh, I found this outside of your booth. And I was like, oh, really? Okay, well, thank you so much for returning it. And then she ran away crying, yelling, I told you so, to whoever she was running off to. So I'm not sure what to make of that interaction exactly, but all I know is this came back. I'm going to try to wash. I'm just going to throw it in the wash because I'm just curious to see what will happen with that. But I mean, obviously I can't put it back out on the stand because it's completely filthy. So I'm going to be moving my $5 bin to be seated right next to me. It wasn't that far from me, but you know, when there's several people in the booth at a time, you just cannot keep eyes on everybody. And these are so small and pocketable. And I know part of business is just realizing that some of your stuff is going to be, you know, lost. But when you're talking about something that you put time and effort into, a handmade product, there is just something extra icky about that. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I don't even know how to reconcile stuff right now because I'm almost positive I forgot to write down at least 2 transactions because I was just out of it, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't even know how to reconcile all of this at the end, but we'll see what happens today. Okay. I'm going to go into it with positivity and hoping the best for this evening. And I just hope everything goes smoothly with the breakdown and everything else, because I'm going to be doing that by myself. And I really like to get home before midnight. So anyway, yeah, that was day 1 of the Christmas market, and now let's just pop on over and see what is going to be on the advent calendar by All From Jade. Alrighty, so today's is corn. A little corn, and it looks like it has like arms you can put in there, little arm bobbles and stuff, and the little husks that peel down. I'm not going to be making this obviously today. I do not have the time for it, or ever probably. I'm just not the biggest fan of food amigurumi. It's not my favorite, and while I think it's cute and I think that people have great success with it when they're making it in certain locations, you know, it's just not on my list. But these ones are definitely cute. So if you want to make a corn, definitely go at Beccis_plushie. It's BECCIS_plushies on Instagram. I don't know what that's supposed to spell. But anyway, it's out there. So if you ever feel like making a corn, this looks like a great pattern to do. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I want to get this out before I have to jet again, which is going to be coming up here in a little over an hour. So I need to get busy, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow with another wrap up of day 2. Bye.